Hey guys, how you doing? It's Danny the Medic. Welcome to my comedy channel, and today this is my first video of the comedy channel. Now, I'm not a comedian. I'm a medic, Danny the Medic, right? But hey, I might as well tell you a story while I'm here, all right? And what better story to start off the comedy channel than a story about comedy? All right, guys. So, I have this friend, right? I won't say her name. Okay, can't say her name. So she is a professional comedian. Now, I've known her for a very long time, guys. I'm talking about more than a decade, perhaps 2 decades coming now. So back in the day, I used to be a lot cooler. I had a motorcycle, right? And I live here in New York City. Now, looking back, right, I think she was just using me for transportation. But she used to invite me to her comedy shows, There'll be like comedy clubs all over New York City, right? She'll be like, hey, you want to come join me for my comedy shows, I'm like, yeah, I would love to, That'll be really great. I'm so excited, So then I'll go drive over to where she used to live and I picked her up, drive her over to one comedy club. And then I go in, she'll do her 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And then she'll come out, and then we'll go to the next one. She'll do a 10 minute, 5 minutes, And this went on for quite a while. The thing is, one time, I kind of hinted that I liked her, and I think that kind of slowed things down a bit, but not too much because she still needed a ride, right? So I was still driving her all around town, okay? And then she eventually moved to Los Angeles or wherever she moved to, and then it'll be I'll only talk to her once in a long while. Now before she left, she had actually banned me from her performances, right? Because I would go and I'll sit there and I'll watch it, And then she'll be like, hey Danny, why is it you never laugh at my jokes? I'm like, what do you mean? I laugh at your jokes. She goes, no, I see you. You just sit there in the back and then you don't laugh, And then I'm just like, well, I mean, it's hard for me to laugh. Things got to be really funny for me to laugh. And I guess she took offense to that. And, I kind of feel bad about it. But, I'm a truthful guy. You know me. You see my other videos. I'm really honest, So then, years go by, and then, I go to Vegas a lot, and she knows that and everything. I used to post on Facebook all my Vegas stuff and everything. And then she says to me, calls me up, right? Or was it a text? No, I think she texted me. That's what it was. Hey, are you going to be in Vegas in January? Right? I'm like, yeah. Why? You go, oh, I'm going to be there too. I'm like, oh, terrific. We should meet up, hang out and stuff. She says, I'm going to go there for work. And she's performed in Vegas before. She had, I remember, I think it was the Flamingo. She was a headliner on the Billboard and everything. And I said, all right, great, yeah. I mean, working, I'd love to come to your shows. And she said, well, I'm going to be the comedic host of the AVN Awards, right? I'm like, wow, that sounds like a big deal, right? Now, if you guys don't know what the AVN is, it's the Adult Video News, right? It is the Oscars of porn, right? When I was a kid, I would just hear about it, and I would just wonder, not anymore, guys. Now I'm an adult, but when I was a kid, as kids are, you're like, oh, I would used to hide the video cassette tapes away from my mother, you know what I mean? Like that. So, man. And then she goes, oh, I would like to invite you to the AVN Awards as my guest. I'm like, oh, wow. It was so good, because I heard about it, the after parties and the exhibitions and all that. I said, oh my God, you can meet thousands of your famous performers and everything like that. I'm just like, oh my God, yes, 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 right? And I said, yeah, I'll be there, I'm totally down. Then I'm sitting by my computer desk, booking my hotel room, and I'm thinking back, because she banned me from her performances. And then I was looking at the text all right, you know what? Maybe she's over that. and I'm just going to go and book my hotels. And then next thing you know, I get a message. I said, "Oh my God, no, please, no, please, no." It says, "You know, you used to not laugh at my jokes." I was like, "Oh my God, no, not the AVN." And I said, "Oh no, please, please. I will laugh at your jokes. I swear to you, I will laugh so hard. I've never laughed before." I had then like immediately took my phone out and recorded like a little clip of me laughing my ass off at nothing. And it's so realistic. I sent it to her. "See, look, I can laugh. I'll laugh my ass off. Please, please. And she's like, "All right, but you better laugh." Right? So, because I'm sharing the table with her agent and publicist and things like that. So she told me, I say, "Oh yeah, I swear to you, I will laugh. I will laugh." Okay. And then the day came, right? I mean, like, it was a series of exhibitions and then the award show. I read and everything. And I was sitting there with the agent and publicist, and she was like performing. And I said to them, "Oh, excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom." Right? I come back, then I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I'm like a little bit down on the blackjack tables. I'll be back in a few." And I go back. And of course then everything went well, and people laugh and everything, and then like, I wasn't really there for the award show. I wasn't really there to like see my friend perform, because I don't know, she's fun to watch, but I could always watch that later. I was there for like those after parties, those, I could just imagine like like Roman orgies and like hot babes, and I was getting so excited because that's what I really wanted to go see. I went to the expo and I saw the demonstrations and everything, but I was really waiting for those parties, right? So I went to the party. I went to this one party over here, right? And then it was like, I was looking around. There's a bunch of guys, like wearing polo shirts and hats. I'm kidding, that's me. No, just a bunch of guys, right? And I was like, where the girls at? What's going on? So I'm walking around and say, "Oh, wait, maybe this is not the correct party." And now it wasn't any of like, and no offense to anyone, but it wasn't a homosexual thing. Like, it was a whole bunch of guys. It was just a whole bunch of dudes, like mingling and talking and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" All right. So that's what that was. Don't get me wrong now, okay? Then I took the elevator upstairs to the VIP area. And they had like a big guy over there, "Oh, let me see your pass and everything." So I had like the lanyard. Oh my God, do I still have it? Oh man, this used to be a bulletin board. I used to have the lanyard up here. Man, so then I went past and went upstairs and said, "Oh wow, okay, this is it." It was much bigger. They had a bar and people were drinking. They have girls and guys. Everyone's nicely dressed. So I'm walking around. I'm like seeing what's going on. I'm going to get in on the action. And of course, I'm walking, I'm listening in. And then there were people talking about distribution rights and methods of sort of like over the top internet distribution. I'm just like, "Oh, okay, all right." Then I go over there. A couple of girls was seemingly, like mingling. I walk a little closer. Then they're talking about like webcam technology for, like whatever, like streaming service, what they call it, like cam show they call it, I think it was. And then they're talking about like data and stuff like that. Then I'm walking around and it's like, they're all like talking business, like just business. It didn't make any sense. My childhood hopes and dreams, about what it could possibly have been. It turns out to be like just like networking. And so yeah. Then I went back downstairs, met up with my friend, and then we had something to eat. And then that's it, The AVN. Not what I was expecting. To this very day, like, I can still feel the disappointment deep within my heart. Well, anyway, thanks for listening. Have a good one, guys.